Go Beaver! Away!
Heyo, what up? What is up, people? It is Critscast 2, while the big Critscast channel is covering Premiership for the ETF2L Highlander Season 24 Preseason Map Test Cup. Over here on Critscast 2, we have a little bit of fun outside of Premiership, because lots and lots of people want to see how these maps goes, not just the top dogs, but also across the divisions here. That's what we're here for tonight. We being, obviously, core on production, and with me on the mic also Lucky. It's going to be some fun ones here, as well as the teams. I think for the first one, we're going to go into Div 2. We have the Crib team to look out for. Monkey Mode, on the other hand, is a new thrown together roster. Let's see how that will go for them. Here should be a fun one. For the first map, we have Propaganda. And you said you like the look of this map quite a bit already.
Oh, I love this map.
Yeah. I don't know how audible it is in-game right now, but there's a bell on mid you could shoot that makes a funny noise when you shoot it, as well as on last, when you cap the point, the tank will shoot you to death when you win. And honestly, a map couldn't be any better than that, I think. Alrighty, it's going to be map 1 of the night here. Map 1 for these teams as well. It's CP Propaganda with Monkey Mode on blue, the Crip on red, fighting it out in the Div 2 division of this preseason cup here for Season 24 in ETF2L Highlander. Rolling out to the midpoint here, like we said. It's a bit of a big one. It's some walkie. You don't have the fanciest rollout on Demoman here, but once you get to mid, that's where the action really starts. Sightlines are there. Demoman needs to be careful to spam across to not walk into these snipers right away.
Gillespie got there much sooner. Didn't layer up some stickies in that checkpoint, but they all roll out through the cave area anyway. First headshot brings on to Mir, so no soldier available for any high bombs coming out. The roof has been taken by the Scout, but quickly cleaned up by Law, so not going to be able to do anything there. The left-hand side currently being occupied by a Heavy, but he's all on his own. He's actually going to get focused down here. The Pyro doing a good job of defending from the edge of this point, but the Medic is getting gone on now by a Pyro flanking from the side and goes down. The Heavy still at large, along with the Spy. The Mini essentially gets taken care of, and now the Heavy is the only man left standing. He is standing on the low ground. Actually manages to clean up the Sniper, cleans up 2. Currently on a 3k, eventually killed there by Milk on this point here. They're going to win out the first middle on the blue team.
Alrighty, good start for the Monkeys so far here. Let's see if they can keep this going with a med kill, obviously fairly likely in theory here in practice. Need to be careful here, but TSD feeding quite a bit. There was all forwards in tunnel, tries to get back to mid, but all on his own, just goes down to a soldier. That's another pick down that helps get into the second point here right now. Spy already checking out what's going on forward here. They do still have the tally, which means all the spawns are on second actually for the Crip here. But with this Uber coming up, just a matter of how they want to use this right now. And this is where the openness might hurt a little bit here. It's a lot harder to get a quick Uber across where you could normally pop through big door, maybe get in quick towards enemy territory. They're really far away, even if you take the tunnel entrance into the second point here. Still pop in, still go deep with this bomb as well.
He's in really high. Actually, it's air shot there by Easy. Very nicely done there. The Zebra is a bit of a waste though. That high bomb there coming into that corner. It's so hard to kill the medic when he's standing in that corner. You've just got to get the height on him because you can't fire projectiles around the corner just because of the way that it's been constructed. But they do get Milk in, and he is currently full HP. He's going to be taking the 1v1 versus the enemy Heavy. And looks like they are peeking this corner. Better heals though coming after this red Heavy, and the Deadman comes through from the side. But Easy getting headshot there. Could be a really massive frag. Deadman going down. Also, loads of plays going on. The Extinguisher to the medic as well. As the Heavy is still sitting on this point right now, but he eventually is going to have to run away and eat a sandwich. As the Sniper is the last man standing. Easy 2-shot from Anzu. And they're also going to take this point with this Heavy. Is eventually going to get pinged down here. If he gets the bed, I'll scream. He doesn't, unfortunately.
Yeah, that would have been a bit tragic if that would happen. Still a bit tragic for the Crip in general. They had everyone out, and then the repush happened. Started off by Nebu here, coming fresh off second place and opened right into a Div 2 game. And delivering the goods already, it seems, for his team here. This will help quite a bit. This one flank by the Power opened up the complete repush for Monkey Mode. That's some setup on second a little bit here. We're still advantage of the med kill actually as well. This isn't just a camp for them. This might actually be momentum into last of this too. Everyone's still fairly forward on the Crip here on the right side. Sniper especially definitely peeking deep, looking for some opening here. Can't quite find an angle onto anything just yet. And they're just squaring up in the lower area to pop through the middle.
Yeah, so they do manage to bomb it all the way in, but that level 3 gun is currently needs to be taken care of now. They do manage to clean it up, and Captain goes down by Big Fish. He just gets that one. The tank kills absolutely everyone.
Well, that is a good start to the game here for Monkey Mode. Already 1 up, just a couple minutes into this game. And for the fact that they had to actually Uber push each and every point here, and not just were able to walk into any point with kills from the previous one, makes this pace all the more respectable, I want to say. Here, let's see how the mid-fight goes this time around. A med kill like last time is something the Crib really can't afford to have happen to them now.
Yeah, they need to really be careful with their medic here and play him in a better position and keep him defended with the Pyro. Countering all that flanking Pyro is to be massive here. Aleski once again gets into mid nice and fast, but the first headshot comes onto Rentoid. Sentry Gun cleaned up nice and early, so that Engineer going to be missing some crucial metal now to build anything, but the Spy comes in behind, stab onto Easy, so he goes down, no DuMmTm now, and it looks like the red team needs to get some kind of retreat going. Missing the Pyro, Soldier, and DuMmTm, and they're going to start moving all the way out here. Just a mini sentry left up, and they're going to clear up the Smith.
Yeah, that's a solid start to this round for Monkey Mode once again here. Matt staying alive makes a huge difference, however. Last time they had a lot easier time to get into the second point. There's still a couple of people down, however. Maybe if they're daring to play quick, they have a chance. People peeking already, coming a long way in this time through the house, seeing what's up from the long way through into the second point here. And that opens up some sidelines. Joko takes down Cannon right away, puts them all in a little bit of a corner here by the window, trying to dodge the sideline, but that gives up so much space. Alessi just walking this one in deep towards point, and it's just a question of how much the Crip wants to contest here, while Law jumps in as well, tries to create an opening here, can't get through. Points already taken though.
Great! Oh my god! Sidestabbing the Pyro there, that was absolutely incredible from him. I thought he was definitely going to die, but in the face of the heavy gets the sidestab. Massive pick off there to defend the rest of his team there from getting burnt alive. So beautiful stuff from him. Chocolate now going to be moving forwards, gets a headshot onto Wiethoofd, onto that Spy, so we'll be moving over to this right hand side, coupled with his Pyro, so more than happy here to sit around. But the sniper going down, opening up some angles now. Plenty of picks for the top of the blue team. They can make their way in, no pick classes available.
He's still even Uber though, so despite the lack of snipers, it's not at all free here. Let LFG peek a little bit more, but they're all ready for it as well, spamming this opening through quite a bit. It's strange to see a last point to not have a shutter door at all. You'd feel like it would be the right entrance here on the defender's perspective, but it's just wide open at all times, so you need to just always be careful about someone peeking you, someone sniping, someone spamming here. Dippy gets the upper hand of the sniper fight there on the right side as well. Takes down Shortco. That creates a bit of an opening here. They're peeking with Demo with the Pyro through that entrance. He is one more, and the medic going down is exactly what they were looking for.
Yeah, looks like they are going to be making their way in here. Easy gets super weak then, and he's popped out the super shells just to keep him alive. So red team do have to use up that Uber, but the back cap attempt is coming through from Yabin. He's just trying to get in behind right now. The sentry gun currently is up there, and eventually they'll get cleaned up behind, and the rest of the blue team are just going to melt away to this Tommy Slab heavy. And they're also bombing in. Aski goes in, lands the pipe, but they don't quite find the rest of the damage to clean up that medic, unfortunately.
Oh, that was a very scary roller right in front of Gabe's feet. Luckily, Realism Time does not walk into it, keeps the advantage going. It's just about usable enough into mid to maybe just wait for it even past the few players spawning here, but looks like they don't want to even take a chance. They just want to go straight through tunnel.
Yeah, they want to just get their way in towards mid. They know that these respawners are still rolling out, so they have some space to work with right now. Lots of spam coming into this choke as well from the Soldier. So they're going to be able to splash them off, get them nice and weak and nice and comfy cozy. Lord bombing in though, tries to get some of the medic, good damage onto Gabe, and Gabe here on the shuttle does go down to the heavy, just peeking in. And the Pirate also jumping in here through the choke, gets cleaned up on the sentry gun though. And that sentry gun's actually doing so much work, holy moly.
Yeah, there you go, full wipe to the side of the Crip, and this momentum is not stopping just yet at all for them here. Just straight 2 seconds with this. Haven't even kept the midpoint yet, which is a bit of a problem here. People might still forward spawn. In fact, it's only 2 in the end, and one's already down. Rental Wiethoofd take that player down right away. That spin back to the spawn for another few seconds here. At least it's only the scout down on last if it comes to matter. At least also on the bright side for Monkey Mode TV, where situation after all this messy fighting is even with both mats only back on the beams connected with someone now. So this won't be an immediate push into last for the Crip anytime soon yet. They have to take their sweet time, build away, see what they can do from here. At least they're taking care of the Spy already. But the defense obviously also on the other side has plenty of time to set up a bit of a hold here. Gun being put up on the left side of the point. Everyone is still holding close right, doesn't want to give up any space to the other team.
Oh, Spy coming in though is actually going to get cleaned up here. Looks like, yeah, eventually. The sentry gun being put up on the left though is probably the best position. I mean, I've seen a lot of players dabble around with random sentry gun spots, but it's definitely the one that's most consistent, you know, because the sentry gun is not just there to deal damage and to kill people, but it's there to, you know, draw eyes away and eat some damage, so no one else actually takes that damage. But just so we have got blue team posture on this right hand side. Gabe nearly goes down there, but 2 crit kills coming out from the engineer there with the front injustice with the Spy on top of Gabe in lower, but Gabe picks up the pack here, swinging for glory. Can't quite find the kill, unfortunately, though, onto that red minute. Gabe down to 50 HP and doesn't have to use.
Yeah, that is some really good picks as well, off of just a bit too much aggressiveness by Monkey Mode, and this is a huge opening. That is walking in straight, trying to get to point here. Brista has the Uber, can pop through, but also has to so early. No chance yet to get Gabe to lose until this latest one. Much better with a cannon on the point as well. Everyone's turned around, chasing down the one scout. Easy bomb towards point. and all the damage to clean up here just to get the cap time they needed. Really, really solid play off the few picks they had into last.
Yeah, beautiful from Rentoid there. He just jumped on top of that point, air blasted them all through that tiny doorway, and that was it, curtains. So much cap time was bought from Cannon that it was absolutely beautiful coming towards the end. So a round going on the board, 1-1, a very close game so far, coast to coast. For the red team here, so to Crib really making their way back into this, showing them that after that first round, which is a bit of a crush, that you know, they're still part of this game. Lesky once again though into mid nice and early. Easy actually tanks a sticky there, so he's going to be slightly weak. Does have to meet up with his medic, and looks like they're able to get this pressure over towards the right hand side of this point here, and Game down to half HP already. And they're in a nice little blob here on the side of the blue team. The red team are relatively split, but this heavy on the left hand side easily cleaned up here. The engineer flanking across now onto this heavy, but they are managing to push players back on the red side, but loads of frags coming through for both teams, with Gabe being the main casualty here, and they're just going to escape with their Uberan into the second.
Yeah, that was such a good opening that the Spike tried to create for the red team here. Wiethoofd behind, everyone tried to push across, but blue team's just hitting their shots. So is Dippy, but not for much longer. Pistol down in the end by Boot, who gets 2 in a row with that as well. However, they don't see the TSD flank through tunnel at the same time. Everyone busy fighting on choke. Lets the energy sneak past everybody else. Still in fight with Nebu here. Will win that one too. Just about. It's Degrees of Flame, so there's no chance that actually will kill the energy either. And that is just so much damage done by one singular flank. They're going to be kicking themselves for not paying attention to it.
Yeah, this engineer is wreaking havoc. What the hell? He nearly kills Chocolate as well. Holy moly. Engineer carrying? Oh my god. He manages to get the med drop and then nearly kills the sniper. 2 massive picks. But they are making their way into mid regardless on the blue team here. The Uber ad isn't that much in favor of Gabe, and Gabe once again weak. He seems to be catching all of the spam in the world as Easy goes down as well. They're going to be shoving up on this right hand side. Rentoid needs to get the hell out of this tunnel area right now because he is super weak, and looks like the blue team managed to get their grip on this midpoint.
Alrighty, I think stabilize a little bit here. That is obviously good news for them already. Uber percentages, however, not exactly in favor of the late kill onto the blue mat here. Still though, despite that, they want to pressure forward a bit, maybe hope for a quick force here, and given the positioning, it's like, it's not even looking like the Crip has just yet. They're so scared despite Uber at, and this is just giving up so much space. But Dippy makes it all worth it in the end, gets the angle on the mat. Risk just blatantly walking through the sideline here. They see people close, and without any heals at all, they're just executing him with cannon with a nice 2k.
Ooh.
Gets back things in their favor.
Craze goes for a backstab, decloak onto the sniper, but can't quite find it there. Gabe, I'm not sure about his Uber cannon capabilities, but he appears to be playing a little bit like Bambi. Needs to be led around by a bunch of his players, and their Uber was so big that they could have just taken it in and crushed them there and then rolled it all the way. But now they're in the situation where the heals are back up on the blue team, so they're going to be having some kind of hold here on the second point. The sniper immediately taken out there. Chocolate going down, unfortunately, there to the enemy sniper. So lots of pressure, and this choke has been relieved because of that, and Gabe is going to be flanking with the rest of his team through this tunnel area already, making their way into the second. But the spy decloak comes in, but unfortunately the scout is there to counter it.
Well, good call as well to not let the sniper die to 2. However, rotation through choke with this 2, they want to get some damage done, and they will get the force. A lot of people caught in the crossfire for the blue team, will be a couple down. However, they have the damage ready in choke to retaliate. Looks like Kaleski has the stick forward, gets Wiethoofd, and with the sniper and energy down as well. Looks like they maybe just about hold off the push right now. Mia, the last player forward, will leave through the house area as well, which now lets almost full advantage here on the side of Riz. Maybe make this a mid push. However, no one's on choke anymore. Everyone in tunnel all together just ignores the flank completely. They're just walking back to second, get the cap, and there's only one spawner in 5 seconds to stop this at all. And I don't think they will in time.
Easy is managing to get the last hit. They just stick you off that point and they cap it out 2-1 there. A little bit of a miscommunication there from the side of the blue team, getting a little bit too aggressive. They had the right kind of read, but you can't do that when it's into mid. If it was into second, you'd understand it, but because it's into mid, unfortunately they lose a round for it.
Yeah, it's also not Gully Wash, where it's like a lot shorter distance for you to have to go back to second. This is such a long walk through tunnel, through choke, the other way around, that it just takes much too long to have to make your track back here. You just got to cover all your bases here, and they just did not do that this time around. Crip back, well, finally in the lead, I should say, for the first time in this map now.
Alright, just watch Easy's rollout, and I'm understanding why he's not managing to get to mid as fast as Zaleski is. Zaleski in this mid is just doing so much damage. Just raining hell on this enemy team here. Rentoy gets backstabbed as well. Crazy new casualty here. Milk finally going down after tanking so much damage. They managed to get that pesky spy in behind, but Law is all the way forwards. He's just denying this flank area from the rest of the people trying to come in from this red team. So they're able to get this point here for the blue team, and they also get Gabe. So, I mean, that's a huge pick to find.
Yeah, very much already a start like the first round here, but was a very quick round, mind you, for Monkey Mode at the time here. It's still Zamp hiding in the house area, and the extra door now that is here from the newest version helps quite a bit. You just cover choke, cover the house area as well at the same time, and just be able to sneak up on people waiting for you and choke, like the sniper here as well. Get a sneaky kill and maybe just about get out as well, because the rotation by the flank into the house just comes a tiny bit too late here. Still, D-Word is still there, even with the sniper down. I don't think there's any stopping the blue push coming in through now. And if it looks anything like the one in the first round here, this is going to be ugly.
There you go, Craze gets a stab onto the sniper there, so gonna make it a little bit easier if they want to take this Uber and they don't really have to use it straight away, so they're just gonna be able to walk it in now. Reese is unpressured, no bombs coming out. Mir does go in, but he just ends up dropping in behind. He's too weak to make anything happen. The Spy does get on top of the medic, but can't quite find anything there. They still have Ant to work with if they want to take it all the way, but it's up to them if they feel comfortable with it, with their heavy being down.
Alright, one step at a time here. They got the point now. They didn't have to use, however, like last time, Gabe stays alive, and with Uber coming up as well. This push into last is a bit risky here. They're taking a small opening to try to make this round happen with Finn on the point. Tries to get it done all on his own, but the block is there. Gabe has any second now as well, and they don't even need that Uber at all. The blue Uber fade, and they're just putting on the hurt on the point.
I mean, I can respect it, you know, they put their scouts straight on the point, they try and get their capture through before they make that Uber, and it was a nice little play, but unfortunately they landed too many players from the red team on that point. A nice flash to save the scout as well, but couldn't quite escape afterwards. Not really on the same page with the escape there, and as a result they do lose two crucial pick flashes coming into second here on the blue team, so they're going to be forced all the way out here. Gabe still has his Uber to play with, and they're trying to do their best to apply some pressure to get them to use it, but can't quite find the damage onto the medic that they need to make that happen.
Alright, let's see how they can continue on from here with disadvantage. Tunnel, it will be most favored push, it seems, by most teams. It gets you a little bit further into mid past the side potentially, so I can see the value of it, of course, but let's see if it works this time around as well. Get fairly far forward already with what they're using, but once they're close, they want the damage with the Uber here if they can help it. A lot of it being reflected by Nebel here, making sure none of that really gets through choke at all, so looks like most of them are in fact in the clear here. Now DuMmTm pushing through back in with their own Uber.
It looks like the Heavy is just coming through this flank alone. This Heavy's been an absolute nuisance for this blue team, but they are able to now get their Uber charge on the front of the blue team. Gabe is currently sitting on the point with the rest of the team, and they need to come up with some kind of block here before anything happens to that. Level 2 sentry gun doing so much work, just totally denies the Uber, and the scout actually ends up getting dropped because the medic gets juggled by the gun. So they actually managed to retain mid, but they use their Uber and can't quite find anything else here. So it's a little bit of a disaster as far as things go for the blue team.
Yeah, this is not exactly interesting when you see Gabe barely getting out of here. It's gonna be stinging quite a bit here. Still, maybe you still hope he's weak and just get in quick. And in fact, they try to do just that. Rotation through tunnel, it will be for the Crip instead, though, to just avoid that, all of it, and get the Met back up to full health. Maybe surprise them from the other side now with their own as well, and just make the rotation to live. The straight up push they wanted anyway, and there is everyone still on mid as well, waiting to be shot at. Easy takes a wrap around. He's scouted on the other side. Where's the rest of the combo? Everyone's just waiting to be killed in the corner here, and they finally get some kills. Took a while, but the rest of the team does come in time to help out all of this, but they still lost so many as well, including their own medic. Not the end result they wanted to see here. This just all took way too long for them.
There was an opportunity there for them to just crush that medic and use that Uber aggressively, and they just opted not to take that opportunity, and it's cost them dearly here. And they're actually going to lose everyone, and they managed to get on top of second here. They can send Law immediately to last if they would like, but these respawners are going to come through now, so they're just going to sit and chill. Ubers are even. Their sentry gun is already going up from the red team, and they're already going to start poking and prodding on that left-hand side. Mira's already got that flank on lock, so no one's going to be able to come through that too easily.
Alright, things will come down for at least a second here now after the few sketchy fights we had on mid. That might be a bit of a good thing for we want to get back to square one here and build the Ubers up for the last push. However, Monkey Mode certainly likes this position here a little bit more. Sure, they're one down right now, but they have 12 minutes. Plenty of time to get something started into this last point here, whittle away on it a little bit. And we've seen this can work quite quickly, right? Most of these pushes we had, even Uber or not, worked off of really small openings a lot of the time here, so all of these fights might just matter, including the one in the garage area, already one going down. Soldier eats a headshot as well, can just about escape for now. Meanwhile, spamming going on the other side as well. These sniper sidelines on the left/right side, defender's perspective, depending on how you look at it, it matters just so much here on the combo.
Reese does manage to find his Uber though before Gabe does, so they do have a small ad, but they don't know that it exists. It was around 25% of ad in the end because Gabe was building very poorly. No one was taking any damage, so he was just sitting in a corner, not a lot really happening. They do find a pick onto the sniper here, so one little pick to find. So we're going to see what they want to do here with that pick. They're going to start pressuring over towards this right-hand side. And they do find a Lesky as well, so finding that down a really massive pick, and they bomb into Gabe and get the drop. Law finds it, and they just pop out over straight away. They're just going to be running in here with their heavy and pyro inside. They're just going to be W King in here, but they have to deal with the sentry gun. Aleski is not here, so they're unable to destroy this gun straight away. The sap comes down eventually. This engineer though with the crits at large. Milk gets to the top of the point. That's too much HP to deal with. If you're on the side of the red team, as I say that, Easy comes in to defend it, and he holds it. But Aleski is there with the respawner. Stands on top of it. It's going to be 2-2. Nice respawner there.
That was just the closest of all calls imaginable. That is one sticky saving it in the end. Past all, just barely in time for the spawns as well. Scout was the first one to spawn, and that's but then maybe the sort of the last one you want to see spawn here in a scenario like this. Just the quickest one to point is the last thing the Devilman wants to see here, but it's not quite enough. Monkey Mode able to tie this right back up to each, back in a tight position in this match. 10 more minutes separating the teams from the end of the game as well, and we'll see how that will go for them.
Yeah, I feel like in this game so far, it's been Monkey Mode have just been, you know, they've had some miscalls and they've made a couple of mistakes and that's cost them, but overall I do think that they are showing themselves to be the better team in this game, but they do lose 2 straight away in this mid-fight here. They lose their sniper and their engineer. They do, oh my god, Milk and Aleski go down pretty much at the same time here, so they need to get the hell out of this. It's just Reese the choke here, does get bombed by Mir. Lovely bomb from him, and it's going to be Lord though, cleaning up easy on the back line. The sniper still at large, does get taken down eventually. Nice direct onto the heavy, doesn't find anything else. The spy comes in, gets one stab onto Mir, and then feeds his life away on this point. So red team are going to be taking that first mid, but both medics collapse and die.
Yeah, not the fanciest win, of course, but enough people alive despite the mat going down to just get some presence onto second. That's the least you can really ask for. However, spawns obviously for the blue team here a lot sooner. Maybe want to pick up a fight. Slowly but surely making their way forward and thinking about it. Sniper peeking already through garage as well. Maybe going for something here, but falling back as we mentioned. Ludwig's and Spy, the Skywalk Spy, the heavy will gets the kill there. Well, so much for action to last already, but also for out of last, they're peeking still. This time right side here, seeing if there's something they can do towards point, but by the time they even peek forward at all, everyone on red spawned again, so they have to resign themselves to the fact that for the next few minutes they might just have to sit back and wait for the Crip to mess up first.
Yeah, I mean, trying to get out of this last is kind of difficult. There's three big doorways that people can just flood players through, so you need to be careful how they want to operate as far as it goes to getting counter picks and counter frags trying to get out of last. So they're going to be more than happy, I think, to sit here though, because it's a very easily defendable position. But Antu's not opted for that level 3 gun. He's opted for the mini sentry, just sat there now. Wiethoofd going for a declunk on the flank here. Is now going in, gets the backstab onto the soldier, so it's going to open up a couple opportunities here as he goes down on the flank there. So just 2 players going to be trading out, and they're just going to be stalemating by the looks.
Not too surprising here after all. The Crip, as much as they're not technically winning right now, still want to, as much as they want to get going quickly, of course want to also make sure that whatever they do end up doing is the best it can be, right? So take a little bit of time here, see what you can throw towards last, get everyone together in whatever play will be. Looks like a bit of a peek under, but the heavy preempts that there quite quickly, can't get past Milk at all for under. Have to call that one off here and just sit back, relax. Spy check first of all as well. Spy is already behind them, you need to be aware of that at all times, obviously, in this game out here, to not just, you know, let the Spy have free reign.
That angle from Aleski is so cheeky, spamming through that tiny doorway, landing a pipe on the med there inside of the dispenser, but the Spy's just sitting there inside of the medic, going desperately for a stab, just swinging, trying to get that medic, but doesn't quite find anything there, unfortunately. But once again, we're just seeing every team chilling out here. Wiethoofd now managed to get his way in without being spotted though, so he's on last currently, but it's a tall order to try and get a stab on this medic that has his back to a wall. Chocolate getting killed there. It's going to now buy an opportunity here to get aggressive with their medic. That pick opportunity is now kind of in the bin, and Spy was also on a respawner, so there's pick classes that are going to be pressuring your med and now no longer at large. So they're going to be working on this right hand side, trying to get in with their own sniper, but he does get pressured all the way out there, and Cray's the only pick that they managed to find.
Yeah, Spy just caught on the way out here. They expect someone coming their way, rotate quickly back in, maybe hope to get someone by surprise here. Almost get away with Tulor, barely alive, 1 HP, literally heavy, really weak as well. The quick rotation back with the sniper was almost worked out, but they're just going left instead. And trying to just one-up them here on the now flank turn combo side once again, and they're getting the medic forward already.
Reese dropped to a revolver kill a little while ago in the spawn door. I was very confused about how that happened. He just kind of stood there and just ate it, and no one helped him. So they dropped that overcharge, easy pushing through the left-hand side. They're just going to get on top of this point already. Looks like Big Fish though is there. Chocolate's also there, gets a lovely headshot off, but easy hit. Just going to be layering up these projectiles onto this point here, and the rest of the team's going to come in here. Nice little bomb though from Law to land on it, and they are going to manage to defend it by the looks of things. It's just going to be Gabe having a boxing match with a heavy, and you usually do not win those. That mini sentry though still there, but they do manage to hold a scrappy hold nonetheless.
Yeah, that was just, I mean, it wasn't entirely easy sort of course, but the end game just of all that fighting was just made worse by them rushing this to point a bit too much. Understandably so, of course, with how close it was, but just having everyone on point instead of having the demos sit back and just spam sticks on point for everyone else to reap the rewards, and just going down on the cap like everyone else with the melee out as well, not even having any area control. Unfortunately, it gives DuMmTm a chance to push out, already putting everyone fairly far forward. Have the sniper site then established in their own favor here as well, and while they're cleaning up the flank here in the garage as well, on top of that, looks like most of the Crip that stayed alive will have to leave this point once again.
A very questionable play here from Wiethoofd. Had an opportunity to go for a backstab sap and cap blast, but didn't go for it there, unfortunately there. So they're going to be making their way in towards mid, and they do actually clean up cannon on this flank with ease. So that's one pick in their favor. The heavy's still on the respawner, so they should get the hell in right now while that heavy is still dead and they have all their crit heals available to them. So they do that, and they get onto this point. They're going to start capping it up, and they have this hand to play with, but it's not going to be enough to get all the way into second.
Yeah, not very likely it seems. Gabe about to have the Uber here, so opening, closing down right this moment. Maybe they take a chance. There's only 5 minutes left. Time is becoming a valuable commodity in this match right now as it's closing down to the last few minutes here. They're already a bit aggressive for some opening. Can't quite find the kill with it, however.
Just going to be standing around this corner here, trying to just peek aggressively here on this heavy. Just going to be tanking all of the heals in the world. And they do manage to force him all the way back by getting that kill onto Mir, though, on the side of the red team. They lose him, so it's going to be unfortunate losing your soldier there. The backstab comes in onto Gabe as well. Craze finding what he needed.
That is what you love to see. That also is Heavy getting sniped. That's so much damage your team doesn't have to do anymore. Courtesy of just one bullet by the sniper helps quite a bit here. Same with stabs on the Heavy as well, however. Both teams down, their damage sponges for each of their teams. Cannon feeding in onto the medic, doesn't get away with a stab onto the soldier. Picks left and right, but most of the red team, despite the few they have, already way back after having given up a bit of position. DuMmTm quick to take Eddie and all of it.
Wiethoofd is just on a bit of a rampage right now. Somehow he's managing to kill so many people, but eventually body shot down there. Nice little unscoped shot from Chocolate to clean him up there. So they have the super to play with. They're just going to wait for their respawners to get here before they take it. They're waiting for Law and Milk just to make their way in, but it looks like they are looking for this lower push once again with the heavy scout Uber. That seems to work for them those 2 times that they got these points. So they've been bombing in once again though with their demo. You just get skyboxed unfortunately, and they're not finding anything with the supercharge. And Reese is just going to be escaping here. Unfortunately, there they need to stop bombing this heavy. Bombing into this heavy, because he's just owning them in the sky.
Well, that is not exactly what you want to see here just yet on the offense on blue. Don't get away with this much at all, and technically to Gabe as well. However, quickly ended high bomb Law, gets on the man right away, and this is just a matter of do we go in and make the most of it, or do we try to just sit this one out here? That looks like they want to keep on fighting with what they have, but not looking pretty for the blue team here, just trying to get through after the med kill, and it's just not working in the slightest.
Yeah, they ended up losing too many people there. They have got their Pyro currently in behind, but that's not a place that he really wants to be in. He's actually fighting against this scout here, and Loa does find that kill onto him and Loa. So this Pyro been a little bit of a nuisance in this flank already. And they are moving this sentry gun up, and the Pyro's going to collect a health pack. He has managed to meet up with his spy, though. So interesting stuff here. That they've got 2 players currently in behind. Both of them are super weak, though. Oh, my craze.
Well, that's another headshot from all the logs. Nabu weak as well, executed by the spy at the end. The Crip might just have to sit on last once more. Monkey Mode not quite in on second yet, but there's nothing left other than the gun. And Lesky might go weak to it, but fairly easily takes it down in the end anyway, so this should be free space for the taking. Other than the sniper sight, and the Chocolate did not have control over it. Seems goes down. Should be pushed back. Eventually he actually goes down courtesy of the scout, and the trap does not even get that in time. Scout staying alive and all that as well. Things are not at all, like, hugely in their favor yet, because as much as this is advantage, they have to make this such a quick push here right now to actually make a use of it at all. before Gabe gets his wall, and they didn't manage to do that once before here into last. Let's see if they can make up for that mistake this time around when it really matters in the last 2 minutes. Added even scoreline, this could win them the game.
I don't think they know that they had out there, so they are just sitting back and chilling before they do anything here. But they need to make something happen. So I can go along with the line of let's send a 5-man sack in to get this medic force out, and then just retreat our med and try and take second for free, and then see where it goes from there. Kind of play, but looks like they're just opting to play this slow game once again, waiting for those picks to come in, but they're just going to lose Craze here, so it's not looking good. And Chocolate also going down. They're in the same situation they were in last time, where they got shoved by this red team. It looks like they are going to lose Big Fish as well, so they're just losing players here. They're hemorrhaging kills to this red side, unfortunately here, but Mir and Rentoid going down. Wiethoofd also gets found, so they're going to be pressuring on the stuff outside, but the headshot rings out and denies all the aggression Aleski's trying to do, but they're aware that the time pressures are there, now trying to get spammed onto this medic though. Aleski desperately trying, can't quite find it.
Alrighty. This will also answer a question I did not dare ask before this game, namely, is there golden caps for this cup, or do the groups just not bother and just have ties? With 2.5 CP maps, that is sometimes there, sometimes not. You never know for sure, and it's not established in the rules set page I think we had posted earlier, so I guess we'll find out with them all together here if in fact it will be golden cap at the end of time, if it comes down to that. However, that's a really good kill with the DuMmTm down already. Now Spike worry about either. There's still so much to choose through as well. The bomb tries to take care of that, but Matt in the dispenser will not go down to the Solly bomb, won't go down to the Spy there either. Force comes up incredibly late as well, and this is already not working for the blue team.
Beautiful stuff from Mir there, bombing the Dent Man at the tail end by Uber Charge. He gets unflashed and immediately dies to his bomb, so beautiful stuff from him. And they are actually going for this repush, although they have no other choice. So they're just going to be running in through lower, but they lose a lot of players. 13 seconds remaining on the clock. They've not got anyone that can actually bomb to this point here, get past the sentry gun cleanly, or the heavy. So unfortunate stuff here. They are actually sending in the soldier, but he just gets pinged down by the hit scan. The medic runs in, can't quite find anything. It's going to be a stalemate.
Well, we'll find out now if there will in fact be a golden cap. They asked the question in chat as well to each other. The answer so far has just been GG? Question mark. What do you think? He asked. The golden cap is about to go live here. We will see who comes out on top of this match here, and I think all points in this match, of course, will help get the top seed into the bracket for tomorrow in the playoffs in this cup here. It's gonna go down golden cap, monkey mode, and the Crip tied 2-2 in regular time. Let's see who comes out on top eventually in this golden cap.
Reese was AFK at the start of the round, so Alexi doesn't actually do a rollout, and also Gabe now has 10% Uber to play with. But we'll ignore that, just as we come into this golden cap here. Big Fish doesn't make his way towards the mid already, just get a little bit pressed down with that capture time, but Law going to be bombing in, eventually gets cleaned up though. Mir with a lovely frag there coming out on the right hand side. Leski's going to be pressuring super hard as well. Mir actually getting backstabbed there by the blue Spy. Milk going down there, so no big beefy heavy for the side of the blue team is going to be the pick that they require in order to win this mid fight.
Alrighty, that's a good start for the Crip already. Matt still alive is a bit of a roadblock, of course, but let's see if they can work through that already. TST thinking about a quick flank, just put the gun in tunnel instead. Got away with a funny one last time, not this time around. It seems you'll have to sit back, just like the rest of the team here, and everyone's actually rotating tunnel with this as well. So much presence there. Heavies, pyros, everyone's looking tunnel, making sure no one gets anything funny business going. Craze in the meantime on Spy is the one getting funny business going on mid, gets a stab on the DuMmTm. That's a big pick. We were talking about it. Give you a good game so far. Can't have one of that anymore. One dead. However, Sniper can make up for that into choke. They want to peek deep with no spam. Lucky for them, the Crip still has a sniper watching.
Yeah, he's just standing there peeking that choke, hard scoped into it, so anyone that peeks that angle is just going to be dead, so need to be very careful and respect the sniper. I mean, I don't know how far things go in Highlander as far as it goes with respecting snipers, but Milk, man, you can't just stand there spawn up while he's just staring you down. It ends up getting picked off there. So no heavy now as well. They're also trying to find the Spy who's just running around the backlines, but this Spy is buying so much time, so they actually bought enough time here to just kind of delay the push that is inevitable coming out from this red team. Heading in towards tunnels right now. They don't manage to save their own Spy, but they're making their way in for some kind of Uber trade. They pick up Law in this doorway. Chocolate going down again though. Reese gets dropped though. It looks like this red sniper's going absolutely insane, just laying them all out here. The Pyro's going to be coming bombing in here, but Gabe not even pressured in the slightest, and this is going to be a last hold from the blue team. Gabe doesn't use. What a madman!
Like 130 damage, man holds on no health at all there with like no one watching either. Scout just tries to live through tunnel, doesn't like go deep for the kill at all in the end, despite being already there. Doesn't believe in it, and that's just gonna be a huge missed opportunity. Vet still having even to last. This could be, in fact, a round-winning push. They just need to put it all together now.
Yeah, they are looking to make their way in. They use out the supercharge right now. They're going to be bombing in. The DuMmTm goes in, but just gets held against the wall by that wrangled sentry gun. So not a lot they can really do there. Also, Rensoid getting airshot coming into the point by Leski. Beautiful stuff from him. His Heavy's now peeking around the corner though, but they look like they lost their medic Gabe somewhere in all the fighting here. And it's just going to be Cannon in the back, off this point, trying to get on top of it right now. Eventually cleaned up though. It's going to be a bit of a disaster for the red team here. They're now on the back foot as we're now going in towards second for the blue team.
Yeah, that is... I mean, disaster is the best way to describe it. Cannon had the best shot to make up for it, but doesn't go for the back cap by hiding a bit. Doesn't quite get on the medic either by staying on the point. And just none of it really putting them on the board here right now. Big advantage to Ristel, despite the drop earlier. Back on full advantage already. Gate closing the distance slowly but surely, but they don't have that time right now. The push is already coming through Shutter.
Yeah, they are using the super in. They head towards their own into the enemy tunnel though, but it looks like the red team are actually just flanking them all the way around. We're just seeing a repeat of what we saw before, that they managed to get into mid. This capture time is coming down, but the rest of the red team is just on second. Blue team, you need to run back now before you get back cap. The back cap goes through. They're sending players to last. Unfortunately, right now, looks like they have got a sentry gun set up though. But no, wait, they don't. It's a heavy. He's just going to be sitting there all alone. Mears on top of the cap right now, and they do clean this one up. Another miscalculation coming out from the blue side.
And that's just the end of the game right there. This is, I mean, sad doesn't begin to describe it, but it has happened before, right? Lesson has not been learned, and they just got to be kicking themselves for it. Alrighty, but day isn't over yet. There's a lot more to come. We'll have a very, very quick break here between maps. This shouldn't take much at all out of us here, and then we'll see you in a second for the next match coming up on Pro Plat.
Hi, old beaver! Away!